It's now my pleasure to be able to introduce Deirdre Healey, class of 1981. Deirdre is currently the director of the Mission Support Division at the Office of Safety and Mission Assurance at NASA headquarters. Let's give Deirdre a big welcome. What did I say?
The dough. Deirdre.
What did I say?
I don't know.
I said Deirdre.
Deirdre, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, we're all good. No, we're good, we're good.
All right, let's do it over.
But can
Come
you...
on, my fault. Nope, this is your night.
No, we're good. Can we lower this? Because until Tammy comes up,
do you
let's
know how
lower
mad
this.
Ron's gonna be mad at me that I messed that up?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to, well, okay. I'm gonna have to tell my Adam joke now. No, really? No? Okay. Can I tell it? So, working at NASA, you'd think I'd have a good rocket scientist joke, but I only have bad rocket scientist jokes. So I have a physics joke. So two atoms were walking along, and one atom looked down and said, "Oh my God, I think I've lost an electron." And the other atom said, "Are you sure?" And the first atom said, "Yes, I'm positive." They made me do it. They made me do it, just like in Jaws. Okay, so more seriously, I'm very honored and very humbled to be here today. I'm truly awestruck at the achievements and contributions of my fellow honorees. I want to thank Mundelein High School for putting this program together. I wish this was shorter, but for putting this program together, and also for being such an important part of my younger years. And I really want to thank my friends and family, many of whom are here tonight. You know, when I found out I received this award, I called my sister Debbie, who was the one that nominated me, and I said, "They want me to speak for a few minutes. What should I say?" And she said, "Tell them how wonderful life is." And I thought to myself, first of all, I thought, life is wonderful and life is very precious. And the second thing I thought was, how lucky am I to have such a positive, supportive sister? You know, for me, it's the love, support, and guidance of the people in your family that makes all the difference. And I'm going to take a moment to thank those people. So first, thank you, Debbie. Big sister, mentor, friend. You know, Debbie also graduated from Mundelein High School. She graduated third in her class. And if you measure success in terms of contribution, she has been extremely successful all her life. I've got a few more to go. I want to thank my brother-in-law, Charlie, who gives without asking. They've given so much, and I'm so proud of them. I want to thank my sister Karen. You know, Karen's the artist in the family. She also went to Mundelein, where she won top accolades for her artwork, as we were talking about earlier. And Karen's persevered through a lot, but in the end, she's been there for me. And Karen, thanks for being here for me today. I want to thank my parents, who I believe are with me here in spirit. They were my champions. I want to say that, can you believe, even at the age of 45, when I retired from the Air Force and went to work for NASA, they sent me a plaque that said, "Keep your dreams alive." And I was just so fortunate to have such wonderful parents. I want to thank my wonderful friends, many of whom are here today. My dear friend Mary Quinn. I want to thank her mom, Kate Ickman, who I'd like to think is here in spirit. I want to thank my dear friends Terry Nystrom and Carrie Dumsky, Camille and Ron Senka and Cammie Bryden. So The line from the Beatles song is really so true. I got by with a little help from my friends. Many of my colleagues and mentors and teachers also made a tremendous impact on me. So I don't know if there's any in the room that remember Mrs. Eleanor Malloy. Yeah. Principal Marilyn Howell. Guidance counselor Jane Falls. And Coach Carol Van Duzen, as well as Coach John Graham and Diane Brogy, who are here today. Those are just some of the names of the special people who influenced me from Mundelein High School. And I've got a little aside for the educators in the room. My current boss is a 4-time space shuttle pilot, and before that he was a Marine test pilot, and before that a high school math teacher. And guess what he said his most fulfilling job was? His teacher, yeah. So, and last but certainly not least, I want to thank my wife, Ruth, who I owe so much to. She contributes selflessly to others every day. She's an inspiration and a source of happiness in my life. And I want to say, Ruth, you are my nitrous. So I might get a little unconventional here as I go along. I hope you'll pardon me. First of all, as for my career, I was very fortunate to get to serve in the United States Air Force. As many people here today know, the men and women in uniform are among the best. And then to get to work at NASA, it was a dream come true. You know, for me, NASA's not only fun and exciting, but very meaningful. So one of my favorite vision statements from NASA is to improve life here, to expand life there, to find life beyond. And that brings me to just a quick story I want to tell. I was driving home from work one day. It was a particularly interesting meeting, and we were talking about a mission to go to Jupiter's moon Europa. And Europa has an ice shell. We've recently detected geysers coming out of the ice shell of Europa, and that means there's a large ocean underneath with hydrothermal activity, and it's an ocean that may harbor life. And so being the kind of strange person I am, my imagination ran away with me, and I thought, well, what are we going to find when we go to Europa? Are we going to find microbes, or are we going to find, fish, or maybe, whales or something like that? But probably not. But, as I was driving home from work that night, I thought to myself, it was a beautiful summer night, and I thought to myself, how wonderful is life here on Earth? And how wonderful is the diversity of life here on Earth. And as Debbie says, life is wonderful, and it's very precious. It reminds me of what so many astronauts say once they've seen Earth from a distance, that Earth is beautiful and fragile. And I hope we do our best to take care of our planet and the environment and the life that she harbors. And I want to say that at NASA, I think we're making some success. We have cell phones that go. No, I'm kidding. No, we've got some ideas, okay, on how to detect extinction event asteroids, for one thing. We continue to work on life-enhancing technologies for our astronauts that have applications here on Earth. And the more we work together with our international partners on mutual goals, the tighter our bonds become, as evidenced by the International Space Station, which has been continuously inhabited by international crews for over 17 years now. And finally, our Earth-observing programs continue to provide early warning for significant weather events such as hurricanes and tornadoes, as well as impacts to the planet due to long-term global climate change. So tonight, my thoughts are of gratitude and of hope. I'd like to share one more quick story. In December of 2014, at Kennedy Space Center, along the beautiful beaches of Cape Canaveral, I watched as we conducted the first unmanned test flight of our Orion spacecraft, which took off and flew more than 3,600 miles into space. This is the spacecraft that is designed to carry our astronauts to the moon and eventually to Mars. Although the mission was to test out many of the critical life support systems before we put humans on board, the spacecraft also carried with it the text of a poem entitled A Brave and Startling Truth by Dr. Maya Angelou. Thinking many of you may be familiar with that work. It's too long to read here. If you get a chance to read it, I hope you do, but it's a message of diversity, love, and connection. I think it was fitting that Dr. Angelou's poem was sent out toward the stars that day, and I have hopes that it's representative of our bright future. In closing, I want to leave you with a proverb, a small quote. It's an old African proverb. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I hope we all go far together. Thank you.